All right, all right. What's going on, family? How we feeling? How we doing? We are back. We are back. It's Ohnahji B back. My name is Brian. I am dev slash founder slash all around creative, founder behind Ohnahji and Ohnahji University. But we are back for a special one, a super special one, family. We've got day 50 of our stream streak, this streaming journey that we've been on, adding video to, our 2022 and beyond spaces and education, all that good stuff. We set up Ohnahji and Ohnahji University to educate the homies, the home team, Black, Brown, Allied folks around emerging technology. So crypto, blockchain, and we'll get into that a little bit, as well as, AI, metaverse applications, all that good stuff as well, too. One of the segments that we kind of developed back in 2022 was Undivided Attention. Our Undivided Attention segment, it was an excellent way for us to spotlight and highlight amazing, extraordinary individuals in our network. And today we have a milestone guest in the building. But yeah, so today is season 2, episode 10. None other than, this is a special one, so we had to find a special guest for this one, y'all. And in the chat talking about, got Zaro in the building, Ami in the building, Melody Miller. Yes, good. Wagner's in the building. Good to see y'all. Y'all coming through deep. That's big love. Day 50, Doves in the chat. Absolutely. So our special guest today, none other than the right hand at the U, super supporter, big whale song. If you know, you know. Dean of Communications at the U, dancer extraordinaire, teacher extraordinaire, model, mentor in their community, all that good stuff as well too. But none other than Boss2point0, Brian Smith, Brian O'Shea Dance. We in the building. What's going on, family? Everybody put your hands together. Dubs in the chat. Yes, we sat down with Boss2point0. Boss, how you feeling? What's the vibe? What's the word? Good to see
Come on, intro. Like,
yep.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
Getting us started off good. Getting us started off well. Like, I think it's the first time I've got an intro. It's so crazy to be on this side of it. Like, wow, for real. But yeah, I told B, like, once we got to 10, like, let me know. We'll go ahead and do it, because that is, I feel like once you get to like 10, like, you're going, and you've been making it happen. So I stayed to my word, and we off in the piece for Undivided Attention, being on the opposite side. So what's up, B? Thank you for having me on your Undivided Attention.
I'm crying. That's what's up. Absolutely. It was way overdue. We've been through this journey quite a bit. So let's get into it. So I got this broken down into 2 little halves. But the first half, we're gonna get to know more about Boss. Yeah, chat's talking about the boss indeed, more boss lore. Absolutely, Zyro. We gonna uncover all of it for sure. All right. Boss, so tell us a little bit about yourself. I know quite a bit about you, but how would you kind of explain yourself, or how would you do your intro if you were to change that up?
I mean, that's like that's a good one. Okay, let's see. Definitely dancer extraordinaire, choreographer, instructor, teacher, educator, archivist. I feel like, especially now, writer. I would also say, God, it's just, I feel like there's so much, and so much of it now outside of like dance stuff has come from being at the U and being a part of the U. So, I mean, there's so much there. Content creator, I guess. I can add streamer to that now. Like, what?
Let's go.
Like,
stacking up the multi-hyphenates.
Like, so much. Ohnahji University Dean. You can call me number 1991. Like,
talk about it.
Like Rex said, ever expanding. Like, truly ever expanding, which I think is, for me, like something that's always been present in my life. Always wanting to expand, always wanting to grow, and things like that. So that's where we are, and can't wait to see what else it brings.
That's what I'm talking about. Have you always been kind of this multi-hyphenate, dabble in any medium, tried different things on the creative side there? Like, has that always been Boss 2.0, or has that been something that has been developed over time?
I would probably say something that's been developed over time.
Okay, for sure.
Having like growing up, there is like already getting kind of deep already. Like I have an older brother, like he's way older than me, like 13 years older than me. I'm the baby. I had older parents, and so my mother always taught me you can do anything you set your mind to.
Yeah.
And so I think I've always taken that and just dove head first in the things that I was interested in. Like I remember being in like late elementary school and middle school, and my father was a photographer, and he would be a vendor at like festivals and things, and I would have like a little half of his vendor table, and I was super crafty, so I was like I heard selling like little handmade candles and all this type of stuff, and I had this little business called Brian's Varieties. And
there you go.
And it was just like he was like, "Oh, well, is this something you want to do? Like, let's jump into it." And then moving into that in the middle school, I've done, I guess, everything creative. I've been in choir. I played an instrument for 5 years, and then I found dance. Like it's kind of taken off from there. So when I do look back, I guess it's always been kind of a multi-hyphenate, but never truly thought of it that way. It was just me diving into things that I was interested in.
That's fly. That's fly. I didn't know about that, about the instrument thing. What instrument you play, boss?
Yeah,
I didn't know.
I played viola for 5 years.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
From 5th grade all the way up to my freshman year in high school. And that was when I found dance. And when I found dance, I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm good. Like
that was it.
We had it over here. Yeah, and I mean, still have a love for classical music, and I feel like if I picked up a viola, I would still like probably be able to play some of my favorite stuff, just because I can't say it was my favorite thing to do. But with me, I'm like, look, when we do it, we're gonna be the best at it. So
there you go.
I have kept all that. And I guess maybe one day it'll get pushed out if I learn another instrument or another language or something like that. But yeah, W viola, come on with it. Like chamber orchestra, play all state. Like
talk about it. That's what's up. That's what's up. And then dance came, and then that took over.
Truly. Like even though I talk about all like knowing all that stuff, I don't really think that I can remember like a time before dance, because once I found that, I knew that was where it was going to take me. Like this is what I was going to do for the rest of my life, hopefully, as long as these knees hold out.
There you go. I know I go. That's hey, time will catch up to all of us.
Say it again. I'm finding it now.
Sheesh. Young people, take care of yourself.
Please.
Exercise.
Please do.
Fountain of youth is movement. Move your body and your mind as much as possible.
I get like that now because when I'm teaching, we have at our school, we have 8 periods a day, and my conference is 8th period. So I'm literally dancing and moving from probably about 7:45 to 3 o'clock. Oh, wow. And as much as I'm like, oh, damn, I'm tired at the end of the day, I'm also like, okay, this is what's keeping me together, because every period I'm warming up, every period I'm stretching, every period I'm dancing with these middle schoolers. And so, for being almost 40, I feel like I still got a little something.
There you go. That's fly. And talk about that. Hey, I got a middle schooler, and those middle schoolers are something else. But you dove back into the teaching journey, been heavily involved with teaching them and dance and all that good stuff as well too. Yeah. Talk about it. You be getting traveled out. These places are requesting
this is true.
The choreography. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I've been super fortunate. I've been dancing since my freshman year of high school.
What's up?
And been teaching professionally since my senior year. And so, and I mean, that's pretty much been like straight, like no break in that. And so in that time, and with the energy that I put into dance and creating, because I always wanted to be a choreographer, so I'm always studying, looking, trying to see how I can better teach the better visuals and things that I can use and make. It has definitely kind of, just to reflect on it, if I can just say it, like, I'm at the top of a lot of the game when it comes to choreography here in Texas and dance and drill team.
Talk about it.
Say and so, I really am, like, even though I am teaching public school each and every day, last week I was out in Houston on a turnaround trip teaching dancers there. I teach on weekends, freelance choreography, and that has really, before being in the classroom, like, that was my bread and butter, and that has turned into something lucrative for me. So I've been really lucky to be able to do that, and not only have clients in schools and dancers that I work with year after year, but continuing to be like, get 2 or 3 more clients every year and things like that. So I've traveled, done things in California. I did choreography for the Rose Parade for 2 years.
There you go.
Which was, nationally televised. I have had choreography presented abroad. In Europe, I've danced abroad as well. Yeah. And so I've been super grateful, super lucky to have a lucrative career, but be just a very varied career. There are so many people that I went to school with that are no longer dancing, or just doing it as a hobby. And I find myself super, super grateful to be able to still be able to do it now as a living, and not have had to kind of step away from it because there hasn't been enough opportunity, or the opportunity has not been financially beneficial to be able to do it much longer.
Right. That's fly. That is a blessing. And, we talk a lot about, ikigai and all that good stuff and those principles, and you hit it, and early too, which is a solid blessing. Got the chat. The chat's turned up. Hayes B said hi, friend.
Hey, friend.
Choreograph the next tour. Let me start plotting. I'm crying.
Look, okay. Okay. Look,
boss said they're gonna have to run the bag for that one.
Correct. And well, actually, you know what? No, because if you just call me in and let me do just a little something, look, I'll do it for exposure. Look, I'm not above that. I do need a little something, like they need to pay for the ticket. And I would say that I would be picky about the artist, but to be truly honest with you, if Christopher Maurice wanted me to do something, maybe. It would have to have a little bit of. It'd have to have a little bit of on it, and I don't know how he gonna feel about that. So maybe just send the girls over to me. Send the girls to me. I do the girls something, because he got his people.
I'm crying.
But I think I saw people are asking, can we get a dance reel? Like, I got the stuff on my Instagram. It has really been one of my things, especially now with editing and content editing, to get a little bit more out there. So definitely, maybe you'll see it. And kind of like B, I'm hidden throughout the annals of YouTube. So maybe Brian O'Shea Dance, you might find a little something for you.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have to do that. We're gonna pull that up on stream tomorrow. For sure. I love it. That's funny. You got this perfect mix of, like the dancer discipline and that side, and also like the educator patience, what comes with having to deal with those 13-year-olds. Did those kind of grow together, or a little separately, or was that did you have to learn that together, or how does that duality work out?
You know what? I've never thought about it that way. I think a good portion of it has come from just being a teacher and understanding like body development, brain development in kids, in dancers, and helping them also understand that like it's not going to happen right away.
Yeah.
Even with the come against so many dancers now, and I mean had an issue with a dancer today where she was like, well, I'm not picking it up, like I want to pick it up now. Right. And I mean to the point where she was in tears, and I had to be like, I always have to tell my dancers, like, you didn't learn how to walk in 20 minutes. You're not going to learn a combination that's challenging in 20 minutes and make it perfect. Right. And so I think that probably a lot of it has come from just teaching and understanding development, and like these babies aren't going to pick it up. I'm really known for giving dancers choreography and movement that's going to challenge them. And I find that even at my middle school level, my middle school dancers, when we first always get together, they're like, oh, it's so hard. It's so fast. You teach so fast. But by the time we get to the middle or end of the year, they're picking up faster. They're able to digest choreography faster. And I asked them, I'm like, oh, well, if I gave you this when we first met one another, what would you think about it? Oh, I would have think it was too fast. But now, like, we can do more. Right. And that for me is always something where I'm like, okay, oh, hallelujah, I'm doing something right. Because they're always overwhelmed at the beginning, but I see that exponential growth so quick that I see their confidence rise, and I feel like that's probably a lot of times what keeps me going. Yeah, because their attitudes do not.
I'm dead. You know, there's like that running joke. You know, because my sister's a dancer, and the running joke of like just studios across the world or whatever, across America, just taking people's money, taking these parents' money, and not really challenging their kids. So it is really cool to see, you know, people like you who have like just want to be mentors and want to help these kids grow in if this is a career path or if this is like something that they're going to continue doing. So shout out to you. That's fly. But also being, you know, not over the top, like, you know, like the sergeant type vibes, but also somebody that, you know, the kids look up to and they still, you know, can reach out to and stuff. That's fly.
Yeah. And I mean, it does get kind of tough now because even though I am not that hard like drill sergeant, I do expect a lot. Yeah. And oftentimes I'm finding this, especially because even though I'm in the classroom, I also have a team of dancers that I'm the director of. And we have set such a standard over the past couple of years where people know, oh, you know, when Coach Smith comes out with the jewels, like you need to stop and look because they're really good. They're better than they have been in the past. And so I have dancers every year that understand that and want to be better, but sometimes, you know, they get in their brains, their bodies hurt, they're tired. And I'm like, come on with it. Like, we have a standard to uphold. We have to apply. We have to do these rules. This is what we signed up for. Our job first is 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we can have fun to get the crumble, play the games. But until then, this is the work that we have to do. And so being able to kind of balance, hey, we gotta do the work to then turn around and get the play. Absolutely. Yeah. And yes, I do crash out over when they play them 6, 7. I truly do. It be killing me. It kills me. But then I was also thinking we're gonna be doing a hip hop pretty soon, and I have to get new jerseys. I think I might just put 6, 7 on all of
them. They're gonna be weak. That's the ultimate re-troll.
Correct.
Know? That's correct. Funny. That's funny. Do you have any dancers that, you know, you kind of like not necessarily like kept in touch with, but just watched their journey and have grown into like some crazy Superfly like placements or become like professional dancers, different things like that? Do you have any of those, you know, those kind of success stories like, oh, I coach them type vibes?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It has started to grow now, especially now being here in the DFW area where I am. But I have dancers that I taught when they were in high school for years, like from freshman year all the way up until they graduated, that are dancing professionally on teams like the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleaders,
Wow. Okay.
I recently saw a dancer at a master class, and I was like, why does she look familiar? And went to look, and she just got off to a scissor. And I was like, wait, that's because
Let's go.
I was like, whoa, what? And so I have a lot of dancers who dance in college, who go on to college teams. I do have dancers who are on cruise ships and things like that. So oftentimes, like after they graduate, we don't always keep in touch, but then I'll scroll or I'll go and like, oh, I wonder what so-and-so was doing. And I'll go and look and I'm like, when did she do all this?
Right.
I have so many friends also that I might not have coached, but we've danced together. We've choreographed things together in the summer for some of these dance and drill teams or in master classes that are dancing professionally in places like Atlanta. Have a friend who was on tour with Bobby Brown and things like that. But I mean, it's just fun stuff. But I think a lot of that comes with the territory of just being in the dance world and having an effect on so many dancers, and then teaching so often and teaching so much that you get your hands in different pots. And then albeit like the dancer who just got off to it, SZA, I taught her technique for years. We did choreography for years. She danced on a college team for a while. And so even though I was not like from birth to professional for her, I was in that moment where when I reached out, she was like, "Oh my God, do you remember when you taught us this dance? We did this kind of movement in the so-and-so in the audition." And because, I had done some of that, it was easy for me to go ahead and put that together. Or I asked her, I'm like, well, how is it being on tour? Like, do you have to take care of your body? Do you have to do this? Do you have to do that? And she was like, absolutely. She said so much of the body, like stretching, she had a couple of idiosyncrasies that I helped her work through. And I was like, oh, how is that knee? Are you still doing good with that? She was like, yep, it's still good. I still do these exercises. I got my tennis ball and I still do these exercises that you taught me. So it's good to see some of those impacts. It might not be like I said, exactly like I taught you your first step, but there are bits and pieces that you've taken from some of the information I've given you that continues to kind of help you today.
And those elite tips and tricks that everybody needs, that a lot of times people don't really share either. A lot of people gatekeep those experience things, which is fly to hear that, and that's what people hold on to, especially the younger people too. It's like, oh, this person is not sticking straight to a curriculum. Like they're teaching me their experience and how to make me better based on how they did it. So yeah, that's fly, boss. Okay, you out here cooking.
I know we're gonna do stuff. Come on. It's like Beyonce. I can talk about dance just like I can talk about Beyonce like all day. Truly.
All right. Well, we can get in. There's a question on here for the lightning round, so we'll get in. Let's get into this lightning round. Family, if you guys are enjoying the conversation, drop dubs in the chat. You guys are going crazy in the chat. I love it.
I know. I see it. I appreciate it. Yes, the boss and Brian IRL dance street. Look, I'll teach me a little something.
Hey,
you got some flavor in there. You see, he got that melanin in his skin. So I mean, we all got it. It's in our bones.
That's too funny. All right, lightning round time. One of my favorite parts. One of our favorite parts on
this is crazy. Teacher. Like, why am I on this side of lightning round? You see, I'm trying to put stuff together for the lightning round.
Oh, that's too funny. Let's see. Minimize chat box. Say what, Zyro? Okay, here we go. All right, lightning round time. All right, boss. Whatever comes to mind. Dogs or cats?
Oh, one more time.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs. It's gonna be dogs. Cats. Cats have a lovely place in my heart, but first and foremost, my first pet that I will get one day will definitely be a dog. Yeah.
There you go. That's what's up. Since you are in Texas, this is gonna be a good one. East Coast or West Coast?
Oh, West Coast.
That's what I'm talking about.
I spent a lot of time on the East Coast. If there was somewhere that I would want to live or spend a lot of time, it would probably be the West Coast.
That's what's up. West. Absolutely. Favorite artists or a couple of them, because I know the one, but music artist.
Like music artists?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I mean, my music tastes are so varied. If we go mainstream, somebody everybody knows, it's gonna be Beyonce.
Hey.
Point blank, period. Point blank.
Queen B.
All day. Mother. That's Mother. If you ever talk about Mother, that's Mother. Mother's Beyonce. Let's see. But when it comes to probably like international, there's another Japanese artist who's like right up there. Her name is Hikaru Utada. And so super love them. Like when I think about music, I think about how music can fit different moods.
Yeah.
And people sometimes talk about how artists are like trash or so and so. But for me, there's not really anybody who is terrible. I just think that you just have to find, the right mood for it. So when I want to be a baddie, I'm gonna turn on Beyonce. Because some of like Beyonce's more introspective stuff, I can't always relate to. But if I want to if I want to be in my emo bag, I'm going to turn on some Utada just because her songwriting, she's been around for forever. She's done English albums, Japanese albums. And it's just the songwriting is so intentional and heartfelt. Like that gets me a little like in my feels. I'm a pop girl all day, every day. So if I want to have fun, I'm going to turn on Britney. Britney's definitely going to be one for me. So yeah, those are, and so many more. Like, again, some other stuff I can talk about all day. But top three, Beyonce, Utada, Britney.
Okay, that's what's up. That was a long little lightning round answer.
Bro. I know. Sorry.
I was just kidding. Shout out to Tim. It's good to see you, Tim, over on the LinkedIn side. That's what's up.
I know. Man. Hey,
good to see you. Good to see you. Yes. All right, so we'll do some more simple ones then.
Okay.
Red, yellow, or blue?
Blue.
Favorite food?
God. Candy.
You said what? Candy?
Candy?
I'm crying. What's your favorite candy?
Candy is the food group for me, so probably candy.
I'm weak.
Again, it depends, right? Tacos will go to soon. Probably depends. Like depends on what I'm feeling. I got fruit candy. We got chocolate candy. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm not a sweets guy at all.
All day. My sweet tooth is terrible.
That's too funny. All right. Favorite vacation spot?
Japan.
Hey, that's what's up. And we'll get into that. We're getting a little bit of that too, for sure. All right. Blockchain or AI?
Blockchain.
Yeah, for sure.
Blockchain.
Who's your favorite Web3 icon out there? Or it can be a couple.
Sorry about this train. Hold on.
Are you good? For sure. Mrs. V, can you order me some carne asada fries, please? I'm crying. You guys are hilarious. I love it. Hey, that's a good one, Zyro. All right, we'll get into that too. W chat. I appreciate you.
Okay, I think it's done. So I'm sorry, what was that? What was the last one?
You know what? I forgot. What did I say?
I'll do this, Zyro. God dog, that train. Sorry, y'all.
No, you're good.
Ohnahji pink or yellow? Probably pink. Ohnahji pink.
And Zyro, there's a lot of lore behind that original Ohnahji pink too, and we'll get into that too, from our original, where Ohnahji kind of came from and all that good stuff too. So that's what I'm talking about. Oh, that's what I asked. Your favorite Web3 icon, or a couple of them. Your favorite artist, or designers, musicians, whoever. Some Web3 icons.
Ohnahji B.
Come on.
No, like for real. Like we know how this goes. Like Ain't nobody better. Like,
hey,
you know what? That's a hard one, B. That is
is
a
it?
hard one. Because there are like so many.
Mm-hmm.
The first folks that come to mind, and I don't really even like saying this, honestly. Just because I do kind of feel like my first one should be like home team, but it's so many home team folks.
Yeah.
Let me start with my home team people. Icons. We're gonna go for G is for great. We're gonna go for Latasha.
Hey,
We're gonna
hey.
go for Ja. We're gonna go for I See Through. I know he doesn't consider himself a Web3 icon, but he's going to be one today.
Facts.
We're
Facts.
when it comes to like creator side, even though it's not necessarily one of my favorites, but somebody I admire, we're looking at like Bryson. And then, you know, we go for other folks like Liana Bood. We go for other people like Whale. Is it Whale? Well, like whoever, like definitely love. I think they call him Whale. Like another like writer, kind of content creator over on X that really kind of took off. Sheesh, like, oh,
so many.
Then we start to get long stuff. So we'll have to come back around to that one. I feel like I need to write that down and like make it a common segment.
Yeah, no, that would be fly.
But yeah, so many. I feel bad for like leaving people out. River, Tips, like really?
Mm-hmm.
How can we like forget these people?
Economy Squad.
Right, like truly squad. Like there are so many. Like so many when I think about icon, just it's not even icon, just people I admire that I see what they do and want to try to be better because of what they put out.
Yeah, facts. And all of them need to come sit down on a future Undivided Attention. For sure.
Let's go.
Bolts in the building. It's good to see you, family. How you doing? All right, and of course, can't end the lightning round without the Ohnahji staple. Has had the campus, in heated debates for years now. Are we doing sweet or savory grits?
Neither. But if I had to choose, and you're not gonna like it, it's gonna be sweet. Because you already know I have a sweet tooth. Like it's gonna be sweet.
True. That makes sense. All right.
But it's grits have
never been grits into candy.
It's a texture thing for me. It's never been my favorite.
That is too funny. All right. We've had a solid run of savory answers for the last, maybe like 3, 4, 5 episodes.
I'm glad I broke that up. Break this.
No, wow. That's too funny. All right. So speaking of Ohnahji, and that's how we got connected, how we met, and all that good stuff as well too. Let's talk about the Web3 side. Talk about Ohnahji U, and all that good stuff. So take us back, boss. Take us back. How are you kind of feeling? When back in the day, 21, 22, this Ohnahji project comes along. We dropped the brainstorming from our favorite Marcus Prime. I had been in the back talks with him, and we cooked this up. Once you first saw this blockchain situation and things, what was your first thoughts? Like, were you like, oh, I'm in NFTs and Web3 and all that good stuff already, or were you just like something new on Prime's page and like, wait a minute, this is a little different? So talk about that moment when you kind of first, seen that Ohnahji OG project kind of come about.
It was probably, I had been seeing stuff over on Prime's page for a little bit of time. I remember he did a couple of coins, not the coins that we think of now, but pretty much NFTs. I remember those. And those caught my eye for a moment. And then I remember there was an artist, an actor who is also like a creative, who was talking about Web3 and What had kind of like drank the Kool-Aid and was like, wag me. Oh my God, the thing about like this about being in Web3, like everybody's wag me, and there's this thing where like we're all gonna make it and all this type of stuff. I'm like, well, what is this that they're talking about? Like, I've heard of crypto because I started to buy some Bitcoin in probably mid 2019.
There we go.
And the pandemic came, was a terrible time for me. But just as quickly as I got in, I got out because I needed some finance. And so I had a passing interest in it. But then once I saw that Prime was talking about these NFTs, they were super cute. I could never, like, I guess at the time, commission something from him. So I'm like, okay, well, this is kind of the way to do it. So I downloaded Discord, got over into the community and kind of saw what was going on. And I was like, oh, I mean, okay, I don't really know what all this stuff is, but let me just go over here and like figure out how to do all this. And I don't like, I perhaps maybe found like some type of way, or I don't know how I got a wallet. Like, I wish I could remember. But I do remember downloading MetaMask, and I think there was probably something on campus that laid out the process. But I downloaded MetaMask and got my ETH and got my first one. And from there forward, I'm just like, okay, well, like, we're in it, like, in it to win it. I love them. I think at the beginning I think I was looking for one that kind of resonated with me. And I think we ended up getting there some way, shape, or form. But then what actually kind of stood out to me, and probably why I have so many now, is because I am a collector. Like, I like to collect things that interest me. And then I was very much drawn to, I was a rarity sniper. Like, like I said before, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna be the best at it.
There you go.
And I think a part of that is having the ones that others want, or having the ones that are ranked pretty high. And then after that, it's just been a matter of, just like you, I love seeing what comes out.
Yeah.
Like, I would be so excited. I used to have Gem XYZ all the time. And the second I would be heading over to hit refresh to see what it was, to see what trade, to see if I got this, to see if I got that. In each and every one, I really enjoyed. Like, I would, and I still do from time to time. We would do this from time to time, like come up with backstories for them and names and all that kind of stuff. And I still do. Like, that was kind of what pushed me to have our mascots and stuff, because I named all of them, and they have some intention behind why they're named that. And so it's always been, for me, like, I'm a collector. I want to invest in things that I believe in, especially ones from Black folks. And this was Black on the blockchain. And so I'm like, well, this is where my money is going.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the exact mission that, me and Prime set out to do. That's exactly what we were trying to do. We were trying to, bring representation over to this crazy new financial tech space that at times was very much like Wolf of Wall Street, crypto bro. It was, it was very much a build your own table, because I couldn't find one that I liked. You know what I'm saying? So yes, that's amazing, boss. And I appreciate everything that you've done for the U, all the support that you've put in, all the time, energy, and effort, and everything that you've done for the U. It's been amazing. Like, we couldn't have done it without you. You know that, though. You know that. It's really cool.
Zaro S was out on the team since day one. I wasn't on the team. Like there were the deans that were like out, like making it happen. And for me at the time, I was just on Twitter, and wasn't really doing anything with my Twitter. Like, okay, but I like these and put them out there, and was just kind of going hard in the paint for Ohnahji. I was up in the spaces and things like that, and I think it started with the squad, which is kind of the street team, and then it just kind of moved up from there. And when I tell you when that happened, a little bit of lore. I do like a touch of like metaphysical stuff, and before I minted, I went and saw a tarot card reader, and I don't do it often. I probably had done it like maybe 3 years before that, and I went and saw one, and just to get some clarity on some things that was going on, and she told me, hey, like 3 pops out to me. I don't know if that's a number. I don't know if that's March, like something collaborative. Like I think I should probably go find it because I still have it. Like I feel like I might need to mint that or something.
There you go. Yeah.
But I didn't know what that was. And that was in early January of 21. Wow. And I didn't think about it probably until the summer. But I feel like that 3 that she was referencing was Web3. The collaboration with Ohnahji in March was when I was asked to be on the team.
Hey, that's crazy. That's fly.
Yeah, so that was so wild to me. And I do go back to listen to it sometimes, and I'm like, that is wild. Like, who would have thought?
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And that's some boss lore. That was why I shared it, because that was definitely some boss lore. Yeah.
That's fly. That's fly. I think, and it's a testament to like, you know me, I can get into tech all day long, but it is very cool. We love it, bro. I'm weak. It's a testament to kind of, this new this financial tech space that we're in, for communities, for just whatever groups of people to be able to build up a a financially based entity. It could be IP, it could be around some art, it could be around whatever, memes even, that people are building around. But it's very cool to be able to immediately see and have like a transparent representation of like the super supporters out there, but then also to see those super supporters kind of get reached out to for guidance or for decisions. It's like, hey, like some of y'all is the top supporters in this thing, like what do you think about this? Like what we're putting those people into different group chats together, like hey, where do you guys want to take this this thing? Where do you want to see this go? And I think it's super cool because, shout out to you and the other whales in the Ohnahji fam. Like I wouldn't have it any other way, because you guys were the people, the types of people that I was trying to collaborate with, connect with, and build with. So, it was only inevitable that you was going to be, a part of the team, a part, making decisions, doing different things. And now, just being involved with Web3 and Ohnahji U, like you doing your writing journey, your journalism journey, like documentation and all that good stuff. It's like, and you've been killing it, and you've been a key piece around, like Zaro likes to say, the Ohnahji lore, building that story, building that IP up, and storing that not only on blockchain but on the Web2 tools as well too. So shout out to you, boss. You've been killing it. Dean of Communications, like, you know what I'm saying?
And I think that's just been like, y'all were the ones who pushed me into that. Like, hey, I think it might have been with one of those first like 1 or 2. They were like, this is really cool. You need to keep this going. And I've always liked hearing like people's stories and perspectives and things like that. So I think it just kind of happened naturally. When I was in school, I had English teachers that were like, "Hey, like you should write. Have you ever thought about that?" And I was like, "Girl, bye. I'm trying to dance. Thanks." But never knew I would end up coming back around to it, and then that itself has opened up so much more for me. In working with people like Bandy and being an editor on some of his things. Meeting Bestie Tisha and writing with her for something that was, mother related. Like, what? Really? And I mean, all that came about, from being at the U with folks who saw a talent that was untapped and was like, "Hey, like, come and use it. Like, we'll support it." And then that's turned around to wanting to be on these audio spaces and having such a great time for that. And then understanding and realizing, like, okay, this is, albeit this is a platform and a project that is for Black and Brown people, but I can use my talents to help archive that so that folks can go back and see these stories. And that just turned over to, the Alpha Gazette, and then Ohnahji U Radio, and now this, and wanting to do so much more into that, because we have, and when I do think about it, in these almost 4 years, we have been a through line, like a consistent through line for Black Web3.
Mm-hmm. Talk about it.
And whether that, correct. And not only just on the blockchain with our NFTs, but continuing to talk to people that are doing things. You love to help folks, be on the back end and testing and helping to educate. And we've always been, like I said, like that consistent through line. And when I think about it, I know we call Ohnahji a platform. Like, it has been. There have been so many people that have continued to be bolstered higher from the platform we give them, or from some contribution that we've given them in some way, shape, or form. And that, I don't even feel like that's a flex. I just think that's a reality. And in Web3, often, and B, you know this, we've seen so many collectives come and go. It has been us. Like, we've been what we've wanted that others haven't seen. And I'm so excited for this next cycle, and even for year 5, 6, 7, 8.
I see what you did there.
I know, like, it truly has, like, it's been us. Sorry.
Zaro said, Ohnahji land gonna be so fire. Yeah, and we're gonna get there. We've got big goals, big dreams, and I see us taking this IP and this story as far as it'll go, because that's what it's up. That's what's up. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Boss, you cooking. I love it. All right, so let's talk a little bit more. So you started blending some AI and art into your practice as well too. So how do you see that side, kind of reshaping creativity and all that good stuff? Like, how's that going? Because that was a big piece of, Ohnahji in the beginning as well too,
And for me, it definitely still is. Like, I was actually looking at a lot of that last night. I was working on assets for the Commons, and was going back and looking at some of the stuff that I put together on Midjourney and so many other tools. And I'm like, wow, like when I really do think about it, I have a true content library where I could just, hey, go grab this, and y'all will be hearing some of it, because I'm really mad that I can't play music on Twitch, because so much of what the Commons used to be was like playing the songs that I was listening to at the beginning and end. And I'm like, oh, I can't do this. Well, you know what? Hey, we finna head over into the AI. And then once we find somebody, once I get an Ohnahji B original track, like that's going back on there too. Once I get an IC3 original track, that's going back on there too. But for me, it's been an opportunity to kind of flex my aesthetic creative style.
Yeah.
I really super enjoy when I would put together the page breaks for the Alphabet Gazette that were in between everything, or when I was writing threads on Twitter and was able to, put in pictures that would just give a little bit of a visual break from all the text. And then now seeing in the content editing that I'm doing that there's the ability to prompt exactly what it is that you want. And I keep seeing more of that. Even through Sora, I saw some Sora threads today, and I'm like, oh, I might need to get over that. I think for me, it has opened up an opportunity to give an extra visual aesthetic to things like video, things like audio. When I was content editing and we were doing so many of our audio Twitter spaces, I used to feel a bit, I really did probably feel like our content was a little bit inadequate because everyone at that time were doing video, like what we're doing right now. Like they had these streaming conversations, and they had their headphones on, and it was like real slick looking. And like, oh, content is the way. Like you better get in front of the camera and all this. At that time, I understood it, but we weren't quite there. So I would really invest a lot in making our audio content match or exceed what I was seeing with other people's video content.
Right.
And so, like, even more so, I'm super proud of that because when I look at it now, it still holds up versus some of that video stuff. And Absolutely. So now I'm like, well, watch what we're gonna do with this video stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think AI for me, like I was spoken about for in Ohnahji Saturday, like I'm a student of IC3. You take the output and you make it your own. Right. And that for me has been able to elevate all the stuff that I'm creating digitally, which makes me really want to dive harder into content editing and creation.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I like to hear. For sure. It's just we've always especially IC3, he's always talked about intentions around the tools and around any of these tech pieces. And we've done a really good job of, explaining that and kind of highlighting that, celebrating that when people are utilizing these tools for intentionally and building up their own stories, building up their own IP, creating their own creative process and, honing that and becoming, their own artists within whatever genre that is, it's very cool. It's very cool. And like you said, that was only happening at the U. It was only happening at the U.
Truly. Like I would put, and I still would, I would put our stuff up against, I feel bad. Why do I always get in front of the camera and then forget? NFT now stuff, like for real. And I feel like people are like, oh, like really? Yeah. No, I truly would. I feel like some of the things that we create, the conversations that we have are as important, if not more than what they are putting on their platform as well. So that's why I think that's oftentimes what keeps me going. Is I know we got that shout out from them, but I was like, what we're already doing is at or exceeding that for us in our community. I can't stop now.
Nope. Can't stop then. And that was a super testament to just like the slower growth, the organic growth, even the conversations that we were having, the ethos around how to approach blockchain, right? There are so many kind of scams and different things like that and phishing schemes and get you going quick, pressing the wrong buttons and you're drained. I think, just slowing down and really thinking about what's going on, thinking about, the intentions behind whatever tools are out there and things like that, translated into the conversations as well too. And then when you play some of that old stuff back and you look at some of that old material and those old, Alpha Gazette articles that you put out and things like that, you can really see like, okay, they were really diving into the back end of this, and they were really, trying to figure out not figure out what's going on, but share what's really going on out there. So yeah, that's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Here we go. Boss, if you could describe the future of Ohnahji U in 3 words, what would those 3 words be?
Come on, interviewer. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Okay, the future of Ohnahji U. The first thing that pops up into my brain is intentional.
Mm-hmm.
The second word that pops up to me is expanded. The third one that comes to my mind, intentional, expanded. The third one that keeps like coming forward to me is black.
Hey, talk like, about truly, it. Said, like
like, I don't feel like there are any limits for us.
There's not. Yeah. There's not. It's fly. And I think that's a testament to just the tech in general, the tech in general, just the future of the internet, and just the way that we're approaching it, and it's been a real good time. It's been a real good time. What are some of your proudest Ohnahji moments or memories for our community?
So many. The first one that pops out to me is one of the first Twitter Spaces. And again, I think I was looking at it last night. I think I came across it. I think I still have it from downloading. And you can't find any of that stuff anymore. Like if you try to go and play those spaces, they're not there anymore. Yeah. That's crazy to me. And another reason why, like, I'm like, I download everything. Number one, like I keep receipts. I'm a leaper. But the second I could, I went back and downloaded everything because I remember how much fun just that vibe, that space vibe was of having people up, playing the games with the emojis. Like little rock, paper, scissors. Like trivia and things like that. So that's something that comes to mind. The mint parties that we had, the conversations on campus in the Cord, like they were so unique to us. I remember having such a tremendous, was so tremendously proud when the spatial campus hit. I still am. Like the energy and the love that you put in that.
Yeah.
The scavenger hunt, finding all my friends, finding Janine, finding Lena and Zion and Jamal. Like for me, there's so much. The spaces that we would have, just the conversations. For me, though, I'm looking to get back to it, but for me, the comments was so special for me because that, looking back now, I was deep in my bag, reaching out, networking, having these conversations, putting some of this together, having it structured in that way. And I mean, I know there's so much more, but probably the last one is probably now, looking at stuff now, seeing this in front of me and seeing all these places where we're streaming.
Right.
And we're having this conversation and the thoughts that I have, not only for Ohnahji U Saturday, but for the Commons, and seeing you build this over here again, brick by brick, which you've done so many times on so many different platforms. I'm a sentimentalist like that. Like I look back and I have like such tremendous love for every conversation.
Yeah.
And it's I think that's just what it is for me. It's every time I get to get on and we have these conversations, like I used to feel really accomplished. Like when we get off of Ohnahji Saturday and we'd be like, this is the longest one we've had.
Right.
And it's like 2 hours, 3 hours, like type of stuff. So those are always the moments that stand out. Ones that where we are truly just doing exactly what it is that we say we are here doing, educating, having these conversations with others, just vibing out. Like,
yeah,
that's why I'm like, we're it, period.
It's nothing like the you know. That's what's up. That's what's up. All right. So a couple more. This, hey, boss, you absolutely cooked. Chat's been tabbed up, chilling.
I appreciate it. And I see these people, like, I see the number growing. So this gives me some motivation. I appreciate y'all for showing up.
1000%. All right. So what's one thing that you've learned about yourself through this whole journey? This whole Web3 journey, this Ohnahji journey, this emerging tech.
I knew this already, but it has come to light. I need better discipline. I do. I need better discipline. And that's me always being introspective, thinking like, how can I grow? All this type of stuff. I need better discipline. It took me too long to get over here. It took me too long to like do some of this. Sometimes putting conversations together, there's some procrastination that comes, and for me, it's having better discipline and being like, damn, that imposter syndrome is real.
It sure is. It really is. And chat, shake that. We're capable of doing anything. There's plenty of tools out there. There's plenty of mentors out there that'll help you succeed in whatever you need to do. So
correct.
Yeah, shake that imposter syndrome for sure.
But then once it gets started, you're like, well, why was I taking so long?
Right. And then you start kicking yourself like, I should have did that years ago.
But I also feel like for me and for us, it comes at the right time.
Right.
Facts. I feel like in the back channels, we've spoken about this for a while.
Yeah.
But it needed to happen now. It needed to happen in the way that it is for us to get where it needed to be. Perhaps if it had started earlier when we were trying to push really hard for it, it might have dropped or fizzled. It had happened when it happened. And I do not feel like there was a bad time.
Right.
Like we came in at the wrong time. I never feel like we're late. I always feel like we're where we need to be at that right time because there's always enough.
Yeah.
But again, I don't see anybody else on Web3 doing a lot of streaming. I see it from time to time, but I don't see a whole lot of other people on Web3 doing a lot of streaming. Yeah. I don't see the content that I used to see. Now has been the time for us to jump into this. Now it's been the time for me to get back in the content as we start to climb back up the mountain.
Right. Yeah.
To step into what is for us.
1000%. And we know, boss, we've been through a cycle. Some have been through 2, 3. We know like the energy's ramping up. It's all-time high season again, Bitcoin 126 all-time high today, something like that.
And I feel like the past couple of weeks hasn't continued to hit them.
So we're gonna see a lot of energy return back to the space, but that's all. Don't laugh at that.
No, I know. We laugh about that. But again, we were waiting. We waiting for you. I've been waiting on you at the door.
Yeah.
1000%. For those of you who know, I'll be waiting on you at the door. Like we've been here.
Funny. So I mean, I feel like the time has caught up to us where we a lot of people look at us as like, some of the OGs in Black Web3 and all that good stuff. And a lot of the knowledge and a lot of the things, a lot of experience that we went through, just seeing some of the stuff that was going on in the space. A lot of people are just getting started. A lot of people, especially because we're diving into this new medium in live streaming on these different platforms, which is all brand new to me, to you. A lot of people are coming in for the first time. So what kind of advice would you give your past self or some of the new starters when you were just getting started? Like, knowing what you know today, what advice would you give your past self getting started in emerging tech?
That's a tough one for me because I don't know if I could give my past self some advice, because where I am now is what I ultimately wanted my journey to be. But if I could give it to somebody else, I would say find a community of folks that you trust, that you can invest in and contribute to. And I don't necessarily mean invest in as far as,
like monetary.
Monetarily, price go up.
Right.
Yes, that, but also invest in ways where you can contribute, like past finance, investing in people.
That part, invest in the people. So with support, energy, love, sharing, networking, all that good stuff.
How can I forget, like, one of my favorite moments was you being in Austin and all of us, like me, you, Kay, like, just who would have thought, like that? Meet Rika. Like, Rika was here not too long ago. And all of this came about from the you. And I know others have had things like that happen, but with us not having like a centralized meetup, get together, like, these things happen because we have invested in one another. I know you came to Austin, but I had to drive down there. We had to do that. We had to invest in one another. We had to speak to one another and be like, oh, this person is cool enough for me to go down and spend my time seeing and getting to know. And the fact that it just happens so organically, just, oh, you're here, we're over here, you're over here, come on. Like, we've made it happen. When I met Jasmine going down to, Rich's art gallery and things like that, and just seeing that these people that I see online, are tangible, but the good vibes that they give off is not just online, it's in person as well. Like, these are good people.
Right.
Find these people that are good and invest in them in that way.
Facts. 1,000%. A lot of this space, a lot of like Web3 and this blockchain tech, crypto, and all that good stuff. It's touted, oh, it's a trustless system. You don't have to. The machines are. It's a vending machine. You put in your money, press a couple buttons, and then what you expect to get out comes out. But at the end of the day, there's still humans that are programming these different vending machines, and a lot of places don't really talk about that part.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
but that's not us, though. I don't feel like feel like that is, and I don't mean you, like the you. I mean, that is not how Black and brown people use things. We are and have always been a very communal culture. So as much as we say, oh, this is anonymous, when you're talking to somebody who got some melanin in their skin.
Right.
Like, I know people like to say, oh, no, I didn't know that. No,
Yeah.
And people have moved funny because of that. But then when you find someone else who got some melanin in their skin, you like, these are my people.
Yeah.
this is a very unique experience and perspective to have, because our perspective itself is so unique and pushes so much culture. There was a time where Black and brown culture was pushing Web3 because Black and brown culture was trying to be maligned in Web3. And we came through and we said, hell no, try again.
You know?
And those people who did all that are no longer in the space, but the Black and brown folks are.
Yeah. 1,000%. 1,000%. Mic drop. I love it. That's what's up, boss. That's what's up. You know, it's been an amazing journey. Like, I'm having a blast still, which is crazy too, because a lot of people are super burnt out. A lot of people are super burnt out, but they moved too fast. They didn't get any sleep. You know what I'm saying? And you know, they went fast alone, but we're going far together. So
come on. And when I look behind us, I'm like, who? Who else? Like,
that's too funny. This is a great question from Rec. And shout out to the chat. If you guys have any questions, toss them in there. What do y'all do in time of disagreement or actual misalignment? It's a great question. It's a great question.
We haven't had a lot of that because we are such a smaller, tight-knit group.
Yeah.
And when there are like times of misalignment, I think that's when we step back slightly, let the person who feels strongly about it move forward, and then support them in that until we feel like we need to change it. But yeah, I mean, I don't really feel like we have a lot of that because, like I said, we're a smaller group, we're a tight knit group, and I think that also comes from just trusting one another. Like I know B has said this before. You know, he didn't feel like he wanted to be like the head of it, the ringleader, the face of it. But we were like, nah, like of course you are. Like you're the owner operator of this baby. We're here to support you. But then you have also been so open for us. Hey y'all, what do we feel like we want to move? Like what is it that we want to do? Yeah. And we've been able to, you know, you've allowed me so much lead in pushing for what I felt like I wanted to do. Right. You know, you've allowed others to say, okay, y'all need to move in this direction, and we digest it and see how we can do how we can incorporate that. So I think that comes from a lot of trust in one another, A, and then B, like we also know that what it is that we want to do, whether it be something new or something we want to modify, is not going to be done for just our own benefit. It's going to benefit the you in some way, shape, or form. And I think once you have that trust in everybody, it's like, okay, yeah, you can go ahead and do that. We don't have to like fully agree on the timeline or fully agree on what platform is going to be done on, but I know you're going to do it right.
So hey, that part. Solid follow-up from Rec. He said, what about in times of power imbalance? And I think for me, a lot of times that's when like the tech kind of shines through. The tech kind of, you know, and a lot of people really don't talk about this part. But like it's transparent. You can see who kind of are the super supporters in every project that's out there. And I think that was one of the coolest parts that, you know, we were talking about in the beginning, was going in and seeing like literally what's on chain, like what's out there, in this ecosystem, right? On the data side, you can go and see this digital ledger that is so important. That's one of the reasons why, Bitcoin can even climb up to 126K. It's this list, it's this blockchain, this list, it's the tech side. So there really isn't like a power imbalance for the communities who know that piece and have established like a fair mechanism behind that tech piece. So and it's really easy to have those checks and balances, right? There's plenty of communities out there that I've seen that have literally done like community takeovers. Like they've organized to where, okay, if this isn't the founders or whoever, the centralized people in this decentralized space aren't acting right, okay, we're gonna fork it and pivot in a different direction. I think that's all like a testament to the tech and just this new creator economy that we're building in Web3 and blockchain in itself. So solid questions, Rack, man. You to go.
He's got
Don't get me started on the tech because
he says, how do y'all allocate labor and how do y'all make it equitable?
I think that one's more of a cultural piece where everybody's like, we just gonna do our part with what we can, and whatever time we have to allocate, that's good. That's and there's so, like Boss was saying earlier, there's so many different ways to contribute. It doesn't have to be just monetarily. It can, of course, be monetarily, but it can just be in time and attention and love and sharing and networking and all that good stuff. So there isn't really like a set one way to kind of like push a Web3 or a blockchain based collective, right? There's multiple different ways that people can push the whole, which is a beauty in it too. It's like, everybody's doing their part to kind of push everything up together. And that's, I mean, again, that's just how it's set up.
Yeah. And I mean, solid. When I think about it, it's never a, hey, we're all gonna go gung ho into this at once. It's been almost like a project by project. Like, I know there have been times like when I wanted to take the lead on putting the Alpha Gazette together and the Medium blog, and I was the one that was solely responsible for putting that together. But if I needed help from somebody, I could say, hey, I need help for this. And people would pop out. What do you need? Let's make that happen. Even now, like, B has really kind of taken the lead on getting on stream. And so now that he has kind of opened up that gateway for us, I've been able to come in and have a little bit of confidence of like, okay, we started here. Let's add the comments to it. Hey, I'm willing to invest this so that we can make this look a certain way. And so it's been like a division of labor, but still a support. B is on this is day 50. I've done 50 minutes. Truly, I think
that's not true. That's not true. So I use Saturdays. That's not true.
Like, but again, he has opened this up, and then we are now here on a streaming platform that I was able to invest in, so that we can go in a lot of different places. Because at the end of the day, like, the investment that we can put into this can help get us where we need to. So it's never been a you do that, I do that. It's you take the lead on that. How can I assist? What can I do to add more to that? What do you need to scale it to wherever it is that we want to scale it to ourselves?
Yep. 1000%. Boss, incredible conversation. I already knew.
I know.
Chat, I hope y'all love this. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I know I did. Got some new boss lore that I didn't even know. That's swag. That's fly. This has been an incredible conversation. Day 50 out of our first little 50-day streak. I broke the first one at 47. That was all me, but hey, this alignment and where we're at now is it all happens for a reason, right? Shout out to Boss2point0, Brian O'Shea Dance. our guest number 10 for season 2 of Undivided Attention, y'all. It's been a blast. Boss, of course, thank you so much for everything you do, but most importantly, thank you for agreeing to do this, and thank you for letting us give you our undivided attention, fam.
Absolutely, y'all. Thanks for having me. It was fun. I knew it was going to be a good one as well. And you get bits and pieces of me in some of this conversation.
Oh yeah,
and the comments are in the U, but never like so concentrated. So
absolutely.
I'm looking forward to listening back. And I mean, look, it's the U. Wherever you find the U, you gonna find me. So.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Nah, shout out to Dean of Comms, Boss2point0. Boss, where can they find you? Because we're streaming everywhere now. But we are on your Twitter account, your X account as well, too. That's Brian O'Shea Dance over there.
Yep.
We're on the
Brian O'Shea Dance over there. That was from ages ago when I never thought any of this would get to this place. That Twitter account is like 15 years old. But now you can find me at Boss2point0 in a lot of different places. Over here on Twitch, it's Boss, the number 2, the point, POINT, and then the number 0. I've been kind of popping that here and there where I can. So yeah, Brian O'Shea Dance over there, Boss2point0 over here. And every other place is probably going to be closer to Boss 2.0 and not Brian O'Shea Dance. But it was Boss 2.0 came about because when I first put my Twitter together, it was Boss. It was just Boss. And then I was like, oh, well, going into Web3, let me do like the versions, Boss 2.0. I think we're probably on Boss 3.5 right now, but Boss 2.0 stuff. So
shout out to Boss 3.5. That's lit. I love it. So yes, you guys definitely catch Boss on Saturdays. For our longest running staple, Ohnahji Saturdays, 10 a.m. PST. Just had another amazing one last Saturday for sure. First Saturday of October, we're cooking these things. We've been doing our Ohnahji Saturdays since February 2022, y'all. It's been amazing. So yeah, and then also rebooting the Commons. Ohnahji presents the Commons on Wednesday nights. That's 5 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. Central. Yeah, tap in. We're gonna get that. We're gonna be streaming that live, so we'll be in multiple locations for that as well too. So yeah, look out for us.
We'll be here back over here 2 days from now. I got a great conversation coming. So.
W-Rec, that's what's up. And also, it's day 50. I'll probably extend. We'll talk about that tomorrow, but day 51 will probably be tomorrow. We'll continue that into, I don't know what day we're going to strive for the goal, but you guys have to tune in tomorrow for the live stream. But yeah, we're streaming here every day from the Ohnahji account. And yeah, OHNAHJI on all the platforms, all the new decentralized socials. If you guys are dabbling on those as well too, we're everywhere. So at Ohnahji on all the places, and yeah, even on LinkedIn tonight, family. That's what's up. That's
fire.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, boss. It's been a pleasure as always. You have an amazing night. Chat, you guys have an amazing night as well too. We'll catch y'all tomorrow, and then catch us Wednesday night for the Commons. All right, y'all. We out of here. Peace.